I wonder where this is going to go. Okay?
Well,
You just got stuck halfway. I'm just going to tap it.
welcome. What are we calling this property? We are out on site today. I got my team in town, flew into Charleston, drove down to kind of the Beaufort, South Carolina area, about an hour south of Charleston, and to check out our mainland property that we bought as an event venue, short-term rental, and as kind of our mainland access on the river next to our island. So it gives us ability to dock boats, transport people, parking, all sorts of stuff. So I'm gonna go over a whole bunch of details with you on how we found the deal, how we took it down, and some of this, and show you how ridiculous of a house this really is. So let's rock and roll. So I have a crazy sleep pattern. I fall asleep with my kids in their bed while I'm putting them down, and I wake up 4 or 5 hours later, and then I can't sleep. So in the middle of the night one night, back in, I don't even know, December probably, I was scrolling through Zillow, just looking for deals, looking for opportunities, looking for stuff that we can buy, unique Airbnb. That's kind of one of our vibes. 95% of our portfolio is apartments, but about 5% is these very unique short-term rental type properties. So I own this awesome mountain house up in western North Carolina. I bought an island last year, 110 acres, just outside of Beaufort, South Carolina. And I needed a mainland property. So I've been looking and searching for a mainland property for 4 or 5 months after we closed on the island and couldn't find anything that was decent. There were a handful of properties that might have been on water access, right? So that way we didn't have to use the public boat access, park our cars in public boat access areas. The city doesn't like that too much. And so I needed something on the mainland to take to and from the island. And so I ended up finding a couple of properties, but none of them were ideal. They didn't have docks, or they were tidal creeks, which means you can only access during high tide and not the other half of the day. And so those just didn't work. And then this property popped up. And it was way more than what I wanted to spend on a mainland property. But when I saw it, and you're gonna see it, it has this wow factor that's unbelievable. So I actually found this deal on Zillow. I made an offer substantially lower than asking price, but we kind of went back and forth. I got it for a little bit less than asking price, but I got seller financing on it. 75% loan to value, 5% interest only for a 5-year term, and then it'll balloon and I have to refinance or sell, which I don't plan on doing, but I'll refinance. And so that's how we found the deal. And the seller carried back 75% of it, and then I syndicated the other 25% down from my investors. So what I did is I pay a base preferred return to my investors, a lot lower than what I would pay normally with my apartments, but they also have a free week to stay at this property every single year, which they can use, or they can give it to their friends or family, or rent it to one of their buddies in order to make a little bit of cash income, and then it would boost their overall return. And then they get a piece of equity in this deal for as long as we own it, even after I refinance and get them their money back in the next 3 to 5 years. So this property, we bought it for $4.775 million, and we're putting about $350,000 of work into it between that carrying costs and some of the improvements that I'll share with you. But it sits on 8 acres of uplands and 22 total acres, because it includes some of the marshland and stuff over here. You'll see off the back deck in a minute. But you can see this way, we're gonna create an area to park some cars over there, and kind of cover it off, and there's like a couple of quirks where it's already approved to put like a barn over here if we ever want to put like a barn or stables over here, and it's also got approvals in place to build another single family house over there, where all the plans are printed, stamped, good to go, already approved. So if we ever want to do that, we always have that opportunity. But this house is pretty badass just as it sits. So you see the exterior, it was built like a battleship. This place was originally constructed by somebody who was a commercial contractor back in the mid 2005-ish range, spent several years getting approvals in place, brought in 8 acres of new soil, more compactable, better topsoil to build on. So he skimmed out all 8 acres, then brought in all new soil, and then they did poured concrete foundations, which is not a typical thing in South Carolina. Usually it's built on pylons, but it's all poured concrete foundations. And I actually have receipts from the bank, because the bank ended up taking it back in 2008. Receipts from the bank that this guy, just on the exterior, had put $6 million worth of infrastructure into this property. Then gave it back to the bank. Bank loses a bunch of money. The guy that I bought it from ended up buying it, I think, around 1.8 or something like that. And then he finished the inside, put $2 million just into interior finishes, not including furniture either. So this house, real cost, before prices and skyrocketed and labor skyrocketed and the supply chain got all derailed, this house, actual cost to build is around $8 million. It's built like a commercial property. So infrastructure-wise, it's unreal, but you'll also see the finishes, which are just over the top and absolutely stunning. So let's go inside and let's go check out some of the finishes. All right, so this is kind of like a sitting room, dining room area. Oh, and by the way, as I mentioned, I bought this for $4.775 million. I'm gonna put another 3 and some change in it. So let's call it, I'm all in for $5.3 million. All right, $5.2 million. That included all the furniture as well. And you're gonna see some pretty stunning furniture and beautiful pieces all around this place. It was all included. So I feel like I got a pretty good deal on this place, because you couldn't build this for that price point right now. It would be minimum $800 a square foot for this location and what you're gonna see in this house. So this is the living area. Like this, you enter in here, beautiful fireplace. It's a gas fireplace, could also be wood burning. Dining room, badass, really awesome. And look at these views. You got these French doors all over, overlooking, this is called the Chechesi River. And that deck out there is ours. I'll show you to you in a moment. Huge deck, huge outdoor space. But hang on, we gotta see the house first. This is the main living area. Unbelievable fireplace. I think we're gonna, I don't know, we'll put a TV either over that fireplace or over this one, but one of them will get it. And look who I found, look at the wind blew in, huh? What's up, guys?
Hey.
Welcome to Cribs Legacy Style, all right? Come check this out. I want to show you the inlay of these cabinets. All these cabinets were custom made, and they actually lay inside of the doors lay inside of the cabinets themselves. Check this out. They even 45'd the inside of the drawers. Instead of most drawers going like this, where you just take this piece and it goes right into that piece and you staple it in, they did 45-degree angles right there. That's like really high quality stuff. Every appliance is Wolf, top of the line, state of the art. Dishwasher. This is dishwasher too, right? Oh no, this is 2 coolers. 2 little mini fridges, wine rack, nothing. Cleaning supplies.
Stock fridge.
Sub-zero fridge. Where are the drinks, Nick?
I found a Coke.
Nick.
You see those little fridges right here too?
Yeah, little mini ones, the drink fridges. Those are nice. A wine rack over here. Let's just beautiful. I mean, and it's got like this. I love like the accent on the green color over here, and there's even like a little bit of a, I don't know, kiwi kind of avocado tint to it. No, doesn't sound. Should I go on to avocado first? Is that more?
More like kitchen appliance and kiwi.
Okay, whatever. Looks beautiful. Don't listen to these guys. All right, come on. Let's go see. Wait. Let's go back this way. Show you where the magic happens. In the butler's pantry. Not really. This is just a secondary kitchen. But check this is where the real magic happens. This is the office. And when I was sitting here talking with the seller, when he was doing the interior finishes, he told me that he brought in an interior designer to decorate this room and color it and paint it and select colors that accented the reeds in the marshlands out there. So you look out here, you see the greens and the yellow tones and stuff in the marsh, and this room accents that. It is like some of the best views in the entire house are out these windows. And he left, super nice guy. He left the desk and all these other knickknacks and decor items for us. Pretty awesome. I can't find a safe anywhere in this place though. I keep on looking for safes behind all the pictures and everything, and I haven't found one yet. I haven't lifted up the rugs yet though, so we'll find it. Come on. There's a bunch more custom cabinetry. There you go. Here's a half bath. Looks nice. Just closet for when you walk in. Let me show you the guest house real quick. So this is the guest house, but they've been using it as a garage. Even though they have a 4.5 car garage over on the other side of the house, they've been using this as a garage. Just so they don't have to walk as far, I guess. I don't know. But upstairs, there's kind of like a living area, a little kitchenette, and a full bathroom. And so this is kind of like an unused space. So I figure we're going to turn this into a game room. We're going to actually travertine, put some white travertine tile along the floor. Throw, I don't know, either a foosball table or a billiards table. Throw a TV down here. And some couches, and make this kind of like a nice living type of an area. I think it's gonna be pretty awesome. So this will be kind of like the living room for the guest house, and then I'll show you the upstairs. Like there, look at this. These are the closet, like look at these closet doors. Like they're solid wood, everything here is top shelf quality. All the windows, you're not going to see any shutters on any of the windows because they're all hurricane rated windows. It's a cute little guest house, you know? Built-in shelves all over here. You got a built-in desk, super cute. Little kitchenette over here. Even the mini fridge in the guest house is a Sub-Zero. And then a full bath. So up here, we're gonna move these couches downstairs and then put a bed up here so it's a little bit more of a sleeping area. It'll be nice. All right. So Dad, I know my dad keeps on asking me when which room's his. Dad, this is your room for only $1,000 a night, okay? I'm cutting you a deal. All right, back inside to the other side of the house. I'm gonna go check out some bedrooms. So this house is actually on an island. There's only 4 houses on this massive, massive island, but there's a main highway that comes through here. So we have road access and mainland utilities and all that kind of stuff, which is nice. But all the wood that you see, this is all cypress that was found here on this island when they were clearing trees. He just reused it, found some of the best cypress with the least amount of knots in it, and put it as all the siding throughout the entire house. And then this is mahogany. All the trim is mahogany. It smells of rich mahogany in here. Fatty liked it.
You should be holding the leather bound with me.
There's a door that leads to downstairs. This, oh, that's the elevator. Closet, laundry room. Laundry room, stone countertops, washer, dryer, high-end, high efficiency, tons of space. My mom would love this laundry room. This is just like a media room of all the technology stuff. So, nothing too crazy, but they got a whole room just for electronic stuff. And then there's 2 bedrooms over here. Let's go to the master. Walk-in closet. This is actually a safe room. So when they built this has concrete walls all around it. So if a hurricane comes through, this is like a safe room, or I think, at one point it was supposed to have, like on the blueprints, a hatch that went down into the garage. But he took that out because he didn't want it from like a security standpoint. So it doesn't have that, but we could always do that again. Here's the master bedroom. Beautiful panoramic views of the low country, South Carolina. Little just kind of hobby room over here as well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Furniture's unreal. Look at these lamps. Freaking awesome. Really unique feature in here is like these transoms above each of the doors. Every single door has it. Letting so much more light in. So these pocket doors lead to the master. And then, here's where the master bathroom is. Oh, and by the way, that closet is just the ladies' closet. Here's the man's closet. Another full walk-in closet in here. And then in the master, another fridge, never used. And microwave. Make someone's late night snacks, I guess. And then just a beautiful, beautiful, I don't know, what would you call this? The actual bathing room, I don't know. Dual sinks, makeup counter, big, tall, walk-in shower, soaking tub, overlooking the water. Just awesome. All right, now let's go check out the other master on this floor. Get some lights on. I should have turned these on before. You guys, don't judge me. I actually like this master almost better. It's easier for me to wrap my head around. Look at, there's a sitting area in this room. They have their own little living room type of an area. Come through the hallway. Here's the bedroom. Just the views aren't as beautiful out this way, and then check this out. Awesome, awesome. Look at this. 2 closets, his and hers also. Walk-in shower. Is this a steam shower? No, not. Another soaking tub. All right, so let's go upstairs. This thing's pretty. What is this? For keys? Umbrellas? What do you think? What do you do with this? I think you put your keys in here.
Leave it in the comments below.
And then you put your umbrellas over here. I would think there'd be a pan there, though. Hanger. If you know what this box is for, Leave it in the comments below. All right, 2 upstairs. Look at all these like glass figures and stuff. They did a cool job decorating this thing. Check out the mural in this half bath. And then up the stairs. Elevator runs all 4 stories. So down into the lowest level, first level, we're on the 2nd level, and there's like a loft on the 4th level as well. Another laundry over here. Cool little game nook. The boys were playing some chess before. I think Carlin was winning. Little work area, little desk. Check out the 2 bedrooms. So in this one, we're actually going to turn this into a like a bunk suite. So I think we're going to do 2 queen bunk beds. Queen bunks here, and then throw a futon and maybe a chair or something over there. And then we'll take this bedroom set, put it over in the upstairs of the garage, in the in-law suite. And see, the important thing when you're doing short-term rentals is how many people can you put into beds? How many people can you sleep in the property? And the more people you can sleep, the more money you can generate. So if you can put more people in beds, make a bunk room, you can put 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 people in this room alone. And you can see why we picked this room is because it's kind of sectioned off in the bathroom. There's the sinks, there's the toilet, there's the shower, and it's got 2 closets again, his and hers. Now, would you sleep 10 people in here? I don't know, but you could definitely sleep. All right, now we're gonna head into this room. This room's got a couple of twin beds in here. I think we're probably gonna leave this like this for now, because again, more people you can sleep in there, the more money you can make. Check this out. I wanna show you guys the cleanest attic you've ever seen. Nice clean attic space. Like, it's spotless in here. They left air filters. They filled the propane tanks for me when I bought it. Like the nicest people you could imagine. Let's check out the bathroom. This will get the job done. And then nice, big, oversized closet in here. Even these doors have the inlays on all the cabinets. They did that throughout the entire house. They're all inlaid and even the entire way around. All right, now, let's go check out the loft, and then outside, you'll see one of my favorite features of the home. Here I come. All right, let's head up to the loft. This is a cool room. I just don't know what to do with it, so I need your insights on what you would do with this space. We'll talk about the good, and then like the quirks of it. The good is it's a huge space. All these are like closet doors over here. Right now they have it as like a kid's room. They actually left the artwork from when Penelope and Hudson were here during the walkthrough. They came up here and played. And so we have original artwork from Penelope and Hudson right here. I might even frame it, put it on the wall. But I want to know what you would do with this space. We've thrown around a couple of ideas, potentially making it like a game room, you know, putting a pool table up here, foosball table up here. That could be pretty cool and fun. At the same time, I'm also looking at how many people can you sleep. Could you potentially sleep more people up here? Could you throw a couple beds, make it like a kid's loft? Would you have your kids up here without the parents? There's no bathroom. However, take a look at this. I got my contractor giving me a quote on what this would cost. Another one of the cleanest attics you've ever seen in order to turn this into a bathroom. So we might finish this, make this a full bath, add another full bathroom to the house. which I think it needs anyway, and it doesn't really need it, right? But I think up here, having a bathroom up here would be nice. Because either way, whether it's a game room or we turn this into more of another bedroom, you need a bathroom up here. The weird thing is like, this is all open to downstairs. Did you see this? So would you sleep up here knowing that it's open to the downstairs? Does it matter? Probably not, especially if it's kids. But if it's adults, we don't want to hear any jello noises. So we're going to try to stay away from jello noises, and we would probably seal this in some capacity. Elevator comes all the way up here though, so you don't have to go down these steep stairs like I do, but I like getting my workout in. All right, let's head outside. Look at this view. And this is a cloudy day. You can't imagine what it looks like on a sunny day. The porch is massive. I don't even know how many, probably thousands of square feet out here. Definitely thousands of square feet. In fact, I need some porch furniture. We'll make that happen. All right, so the idea here is we're going to create an event venue out of the property. It's got such unbelievable, majestic views of the river and of the marshlands. We're probably going to remove a couple of these trees right down here and set it up, probably build a gazebo right there. And then obviously we got a little bit of stuff. We got to take care of repainting some of the stairs. But then at the base of each one of these stairways, we're going to take some travertine tile and bring it around. Might even put a little fountain here. I don't know, make it really, really pretty and nice. And then do a walkway down to the gazebo. So that'll be kind of like the aisle for any brides that might want to get married. So that way she has something to walk on and her heels aren't, getting stuck into the grass or anything. And then the other thing down here is sometimes you get like ant hills and stuff. And so we don't want anybody sitting in a chair that's on an ant hill and all of a sudden they get attacked by red ants in the middle of the ceremony. So we're gonna turf both ways, probably in some sort of a square, semicircle shape, whatever that looks like. So that way we can set up a bunch of chairs, and then it can also be tented if you don't want to be in the sun, if it's a little bit too hot in the summertime, or if the weather's questionable, you can tent out here with that view. Here's the real cool part. Come down here. This is an 8,500 square foot house, and the footprint has to be, I know down here it's over 5,000 square feet of tile that we're about to lay, but we're going to travertine tile all of this. So all this concrete that you see, we're going to take it all the way that way. We're going to take it all the way that way, and then we're going to bring it all in here to make this an event space. The ceilings are probably 8 feet, 9 feet tall. Something like that. I don't have to jump that. I didn't have to work that hard. It's probably 8.5, something like that. So they're tall ceilings. We're just going to paint them to look like the ceilings out here underneath the deck. Just continue that in here. The white travertine will brighten up all of this. We're going to stucco all the poured concrete walls, so those will look all finished. Put a little bit of artwork up, whatever that we want to do there. And then each one of these doorways are going to get custom built louvered wooden doors to keep the elements out and make this kind of like an indoor space. We'll put some fans in here, probably some mini split units to pump some air conditioning in here in the summertime, and then heat it for any like colder weather type of events. So throw some mini splits. There's also another space over here that can be kind of like the kitchen setup prep area. So this could always be like a kitchen prep area. There's access on that side and on this side for workers to prep all the food, bring in the catering, and then take it out to all the guests. And then here's the garage. A little dark, a little dim in here. Let me see if there's a light. Nope, we're gonna have to work through it. But this is a 4.5 car garage. So there's 4 cars over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a little garage door over here for a golf cart as well. Seller even left his zero-turn motor This is like a $15,000 lawnmower. And I'm not sure if he left the boat or not, but I'm pretty sure I bought the property, transfer title, and so if he doesn't come and claim it soon, might be a toy that we get to hang on to. Check this out. One of my buddies, actually Caleb Pearson, one of my good friends in Charleston, who is a good buddy and he brokered the island deal, had this made for me. After I bought the island last summer, it says Legacy Island, established 2021. It's a picture of the home and a westward looking vantage point from the island. Pretty cool, it's a cool gift. Thank you, Caleb. All right, so after a ceremony, I keep on talking about weddings. Obviously, this could be for corporate events. This could be for any sort of gatherings at all. There's the outdoor area. There's this area that's going to be all travertine tile and really nice here underneath the patio. So at least you're not open to the elements, but you're still a little bit more outdoors. And if you want to come a little bit even more indoors, probably for eating and cooling, heating purposes, this will all be finished. It's going to be really pretty. It's going to be really decorated nicely. And then it's not just this space, it's this space too. We're going to finish the fireplace, get that all tiled up, and then over here, it's actually already plumbed for bathrooms. So we probably put 3 or 4 bathroom stalls that are very private with their own doors over here, along with like sinks and all that kind of stuff. And then there's some storage space too. Outdoor grill. Let's go down the dock. This is probably my favorite part of the entire house. Be careful, walk in the middle of these, because these are mess. Yeah. One of these pops up, watch. We'll find it. There it is, there it is. It's like a cartoon where it pops up, hits you in the head, and you get the birds flying around. All right, so we're gonna go out to the dock. I don't know how the original builder got this dock approved, because I've never seen a dock like this. I've been told that there's no other dock like this in the state of South Carolina. Couldn't say that for other areas or for sure. I haven't validated or verified it. But wait until you see this dock. It's such an expensive dock house and lift and such a long dock that the insurance on the dock was just as much annually as the insurance on that house. Remember how I told you that house is built like a battleship? It is. And so insurance really isn't that bad for being here on the coast in South Carolina overlooking the ocean, right? And all these rivers. But this dock, you couldn't rebuild it. I don't even think you could get a permit to rebuild this thing the way that it sits right now. So we're like, I'm not spending that much money on the dock. And instead, we're just gonna self-insure it, right? So let's go check this thing out. We're still walking, and it's kind of getting awkward because I don't really have anything else to talk about as we continue to walk. But camera just keeps on filming me, and so it's just gonna be oddly awkward.
You just want to see how long I can walk backwards before I fall down?
And she's still walking backwards. And we have a bet on whether or not she can make it all the way to the end.
We're almost there. I'm gonna make it. This is 2022. Hit your goals. I don't even know if I'm doing that.
So, we're almost there. We're about 3/4 of the way there.
Good Lord, this is a long time.
This is my island over here to the left. Not this little one, the big one in the background. You can kind of see the house over there on the right. Oh, hang on, right over there. So that's the house. The island's 110 acres of uplands, which is like buildable, above sea level kind of stuff, and then land. And then there's 350-ish acres of all the marsh around it that we own also. So it's like 460 acres or something like that of private retreat. And so out there, we're building glamping tents, and we're building, it's gonna be kind of like a retreat kind of a thing. So we'll have like upscale glamping tents, canvas style tents is the game plan right now. There's some cool stuff that we're going to offer. Like we'll have kayaks, we'll have paddle boards, we'll have, there's actually an old barn there that we're refurbishing right now, and that's going to have a whole pasture of games and stuff. So we're looking at putting in volleyball, we're gonna have bocce ball courts, we're gonna have croquet areas, we're gonna have obviously cornhole and horseshoes and all sorts of stuff to do over there on the island. And we're looking at like even some other like really unique kind of cool things, little workout facilities, obstacle courses, archery sets, anything that we can think of to make it a super, super cool place to go and retreat, hang out in nature, and have some fun. That's still in an amazing, amazing location and close to a lot of other stuff. All right, so now we're finally got to the end of the dock. It has a floating dock down here. I don't know how long it is, but you can fit a bunch of boats around it. Tie them all up, tag it all on. And then there are 2 boat lifts. So there's one boat lift probably for like a 20 to 25 foot boat, I would think. And then this one you could fit, seller told me, a 40-foot boat on this thing. Are you ready for this James Bond-esque? This thing goes all the way down into the water. You just pull your boat in and then you press a button and it lifts your boat up. So you can clean it off, it doesn't have to sit in the water or anything. The entire dock goes down into the water and then you can work on it. So this dock has obviously electricity to it. It's got water run to it if you're gonna go fishing, clean the fish, all that kind of stuff. But here's the best part. Up here is the finished dock house. I'm gonna get my acquisitions guy, Nick Burton, to jump off the top of this at some point. Only during high tide. Check this out, come on in here. I've never seen anything like this before. A dock house with a wet bar, a grill, fridge, sink, ice maker, even has a microwave. You can come up here. Can you imagine hanging out with the boys or hanging out with the girls? Coming up here, we're gonna get a poker table over here and look at these views. All around you, water, nature, beauty. Knock some workout, smoke a stogie, sip on some whiskey, have some laughs, watch the game, listen to some music. And then they built out like these beds with these cushions. So that way you can camp out here and have the kids camp out here, get some pillows, get some blankets. And there's these 2 beds and then some kind of benches over here. But we're gonna put a table over here, like a poker table or, I don't know, dining table, something along those lines, underneath this little chandelier thing. But just super cool. I love the colors too. I would never pick these colors. And I love them. Like I would never think to pick these colors. But it's just such a cool, cool spot. And I could totally see myself and my family and my friends just hanging out here, having a good time, chilling on the dock, waiting for the boat to come back, jumping on some jet skis, cruising around, watching the dolphins crest all throughout here, and then heading over to the island, go play some games, hang out over there for a little bit, and then come on back. So this is, I think Fatty wanted me to call it the Legacy Lookout, which is kind of a cool name. I like it, Fatty. My kids know it as the River House because it's on the main river here, the Chechessie River in South Carolina. But if you guys ever want to come and rent this, it's going to be on Airbnb, it'll be on VRBO, and then if you know anybody having events in the Low Country, like that's what they call coastal South Carolina, Hilton Head Island is right there. It's 20 to 25 minutes away. Downtown Beaufort is right there. It's 10 to 15 minutes away. You got Bluffton over here. Amazing golf courses, 5, 6, 7 different golf courses all around. within 15 to 20 minutes of where we are right now. Some of the best fishing in the entire country, some of the best boating in the entire country is all right here. So if you guys ever want to plug in, shoot me a message, shoot me a comment, or check us out on Airbnb, VRBO, and or connect with my team, and we'll make sure we get you all the details on how you can reserve the house. So come and check it out. If you're one of the investors, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your trust. I appreciate your confidence. We got the whole team here, and we're working on a lot of cool stuff on ways to cash flow and monetize this property and the island, actually. And I'm just excited. It's like such a cool project. I have people knocking on my door wanting to buy both of them already, and it's not for sale. I mean, unless the price is right, I could be bought, you know. So appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of, what are we gonna call it, Legacy Cribs? Legacy Cribs. Cameron's giving me the nod in the background. And give me your favorite part of the house in the comments. I need some insights on those couple of things, but I also want to hear what your favorite part of the entire house is. So appreciate you. Love you. Be your best.